Hey guys, this is Susie. Welcome back to the garden, my beautiful ducklings. I'm going to do my little thing here again this morning. And know you guys love me and you're addicted to me, so tell me why you love me. Tell me why you're addicted to me. And tell me why what I'm sharing with you is drastically changing your life. I want to hear all the amazing news that's going on with what I help you guys in tweaking your amazing life so that you're living your dreams. I'm live here again on my Facebook, and today's topic is going to be I'm busting your ass. Yes, I said a potty word because I'm busting all of your asses. No more doubts, no more why is it not working out for me? I don't want to hear it. I don't doubt anything. Other people I know have a problem with doubting. For me, it's not a doubt. It's not what's going on in my world. It's when is it going to show up? And when is now? Because I only live in the now. It's now. When is now? Any manifestation you are trying to create, I don't care what it is. If it's a cup of coffee, if it is $2.7 million in your bank account, if it is the love of your life, if it is a puppy, if it is flowers, if it is a free meal, a rainbow, I don't care what it is. You guys literally need to stop doubting. I had got the most amazing story to tell you today. Absolutely amazing. This person did not doubt, had no doubts whatsoever. And as a result of persistence, and she actually told me, you have to persist. You must persist. If you keep persisting, you will get this. She met a guy, absolutely head over heels in love with him. Odds are completely, utterly against him. So anybody who tells me that they're doubting it's not going to work, I'm going to call it bullshit. Because she lives in Europe, he lives in the United States. They have not physically seen each other since March of 2018. She persisted for over a year and a half. She tried to manifest trips. She tried to do better text messages, better video chats, better phone calls. And when she started coming from the end, that she is happily married to this person, and she started talking about how she is happily married and started asking better questions. Why am I happily married? Why is everything working out for me? A couple of the things that she said constantly was, why am I so lucky? Why am I blessed? She turned her whole situation around against impossible odds and not seeing this guy physically in person in a year and a half, and got engaged yesterday. So anything and everything is possible. If you focus 100% on what you are doing, what you are saying, what you want your end desire to be, and where you're going in your reality. That chapter I told you to read, what does it say? It says in that chapter that another person can reject what we are sending them. Again, we're rejecting it. We're doubting. We're wondering why it's not working, when it's going to happen, if it's going to happen. No, it's when is it happening? Right now. When is it happening? Right now. When is it happening? Now. When is it happening? Now. I said now. It's happening right now. If you can live in Europe and get engaged to somebody who lives in the United States and you have not seen them on March of last year, you have an absolutely incredible, amazing love story to tell. And I can't wait for her to be able to tell it all. And she will. But in the meantime, she said, persist. Stop doubting. Anything you guys are trying to manifest, persist. Persist in the assumption until it hardens into fact, and stop doubting. No, Andrea, they were not a couple the whole time. She would mess in the middle, and she would manifest that they would meet somewhere, they'd have an amazing weekend, and then after the weekend, They would talk a little bit, and then they would drift off, and then they would have another thing to get together, and then they would drift off. And when she finally changed her story and she persisted in the assumption, she literally got her guy because she stayed in the end. In the end. Another person who is literally staying in the end sees him every weekend because the minions are making it happen. When we are persisting in the assumption until it hardens into fact, if it's not happening, you're rejecting it. Your doubts are rejecting it. Your thoughts are rejecting it. Your words are rejecting it. You are physically rejecting your manifestation. I wanted a cup of coffee this morning. I got Starbucks. Somebody wasn't feeling good. She wanted orange juice, so she went and got orange juice while I watched a little one. And then she went to Starbucks, and she came home with both of us having some coffee, and she got her orange juice. Did I manipulate that? No. I didn't manipulate somebody wanting orange juice. Somebody wanted orange juice. I just got a cup of coffee out of the deal. If I want a cup of coffee, if I want a bank account, if I want a certain house, if I want a car, I have to persist. And if I have a doubt, it's bullshit. It doesn't exist. The only reason it exists is because you keep telling it, you keep thinking about it, you keep focusing on it. If you're focusing on this thought right here in your hand, what is this thought? Put it in your hand. How does it feel? How does it weigh? What does it look like? Because if it isn't what you want, guys, throw it away. All of you tell me, Susie, I'm doubting. Susie, I'm frustrated. Susie, I don't know what's going on. A lot of people resonate with that story, Angela. A lot of people. But you have to persist. If you have a doubt, that's the old story. If you have a thought that's contrary, it doesn't have to manifest because that's the old story. I'm creating this. Everything is. I'm creating this. Let's ask better questions. Here's my if I'm doing an imaginal act, here is my imaginal act. I'm having coffee with the love of my life for the 157th breakfast in our new relationship. I'm having dinner with them every night. I'm not imagining the balcony scene in Paris. I'm imagining real life. The way this is coming out with these two girls is unbelievable. Nobody could have scripted the way this happened. She even told me, now I understand why you say you can't script a relationship. You can script a cup of coffee. You can script a car because those are material things. And you can say, I got a Camaro and it's a V8 and it's black. I've got $2.7 million in my bank account. But you're not doing the work if you are saying I have a doubt. If chaos is ensuing in your life, that means everything is falling apart so it can come back together. If there is everything going wrong, your mother's screaming at you, your dog is howling at you, your kids are driving you insane, things are breaking, it all has to fall apart so the minions can put it back together. But when it comes to certain things, you just have to focus on, I'm lucky, she said, I'm blessed, and why it's working out for you. Because if you are continuing to focus on, why am I lucky? One of her questions, and she said I could actually say it, was, why am I so lucky in love? And then her daily mantras are, why am I so lucky? Why am I so blessed? Because if you're lucky, magical things happen to you. If you're blessed, good things are happening to you. And everything's working out. You've got to lay your foundation. You've got to be solid. You've got to talk about everything that's working. You can't script the way people respond to you. You can't sit there and say, well, Jared's going to turn around and he's going to tell me, I'm so sorry, honey. I really love you, and I know I've been an idiot, and I should have never done all of those things to you. You know, what do I need to do to make you forgive me? No. He's going to show up in the most unique possible way. It could be bumping into the grocery store. It could be I'm at an accident scene and he happens to be in the car behind us and we're stuck. It could be that we are at the mall together. It could be we're on vacation and we wind up in the same airport. It could be that we are invited to the same event. It could be we bump into each other at the library. I'm not scripting exact details on everything that goes on in my life. I am asking, why is it working out for me? Not if it's going to happen, when is it going to happen? When I manifested my favorite perfume being at Bath and Body Works, she kept telling me, it's discontinued, it's discontinued, it's discontinued. Well, when are you getting it back in? Well, it's discontinued. Well, when is it coming back in? It's discontinued. When is it coming back in? I go into Bath and Body Works to buy a different fragrance, I'm like, I guess I'll take the coconut summery smelling thing, and she's like, oh, I have a surprise for you. We have this entire section, this whole big shelf thing, filled with my favorite perfume. I bought a bunch, and she goes, I asked her, well, when is it coming back into stock? She goes, spring with you. Trust me, it'll be back in the spring because of you. Because I keep asking the better questions. This is a manifestation of a favorite perfume. This is a manifestation of coffee. This is a manifestation of changing your money. Why do I always have more money than I spend? Why am I lucky that I have so much money? Why am I blessed I have so much money? Why do I always make more than I spend? You guys hear me say that all the time. I always make more than I spend. I always have money. I always have amazing relationships. That changes all of your relationships through time from the day you were born to the day you die, because if they're always great, that's what you get. And relationships, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your kids, your coworkers, the woman who you go through at the checkout. I go to the checkout and I pick the same cashier people every time. It's simple, because I know those people are going to be nice to me. I know those people are going to make my experience shopping a little bit better, because they know I hate shopping. And they're like, well, how's your day, Susie? What have you been up to? And they'll talk to me about this. Well, I didn't know your daughter was that little. Yeah, she's tiny. Wow, I thought she was like bigger. Yeah, well, she's that big, but she, is tiny and that's the size she wears. They're like, I didn't realize that. People get to know us, and we are creatures of habit. So if we're sitting there going, I'm doubting I'm going to get a free cup of coffee, or where's my free cup of coffee coming from, or who's giving me my free cup of coffee, we're rejecting the manifestation. Instead of saying, I'm blessed, I always get free coffee. I'm blessed, I always make more than I spend. I'm lucky in love, and I have this amazing relationship with this person. She actually said, why am I so lucky in love? And then she answered it, because I'm married to, or so-and-so is my husband. So why am I so lucky in love? Because Jared is my husband. It's a simple question. And if we ask it, we focus on it. If we ask, why am I so blessed to be a millionaire? Because I have $2.7 million in my bank account. Why am I so lucky in love? That's exactly what she said. And if you think about it, do we really feel lucky? No. We don't feel lucky in love because we are not in the relationship of our dreams. It's not going the way we want. I am doing white chocolate, peppermint, mocha, coffee. You can have your lemonade, though. I bet it's yummy. Not a big fan of lemonade. But we can take lemons and make lemonade. Isn't that a lucky thing to do? Lucky's not putting your power outside of you. You're telling a story, Andra. Lucky is a feeling. How does it feel to be lucky? I say, why am I spoiled? Well, I could say I'm lucky because I got a cup of coffee this morning. I could say I'm lucky because I had an amazing night with an amazing person and I got to watch football games. I could say I'm lucky because I have basic bills. I'm lucky because I always have more money than I spend. I'm lucky because all of my relationships are really pretty good right now. I'm lucky because it looks like it's going to snow outside today. I'm lucky because Amazon is my minion and he loves me. I'm lucky because you guys love me and you tune into my lives. And I'm lucky because my coaching clients have amazing success. My group members have made amazing success. The people who watch my videos have amazing success. So I'm lucky, or I could say I'm blessed. It's the same word. I'm spoiled. I'm lucky. I'm blessed. Interchange them. See which one works better for you. But do you truly feel lucky? To feel lucky is like you're given the keys to the candy store and you unlock the door to the candy store and you open it up and you find out all of those candies that's wrapped in gold and silver. When you open up that chocolate to take a bite out of it, it's really a quarter. And there's millions of quarters because there's millions of candy in that store. Lucky is I got a piece of chocolate and it turned out to be a quarter. Blessed, I got a piece of chocolate, it turned out to be a quarter. Spoiled, I got a piece of chocolate and it turned out to be a quarter. It might only be 25 cents, but if I got a million of them, how much do I have now? If you are lucky, if you are blessed, everything's working out for you. If you are spoiled, people are doing nice things for you. When we start going, well, why is this person being mean to me? How is this me pushed out? We're creating a story and putting meaning to it. If we are talking about the fact that everything always works out for us, no matter what we do, why does everything always work out for me? Why is it always working out for me? Why is it always easy and effortless? If it's easy and effortless and I want a new car, I don't get into an accident. If it's easy and effortless and I want a cup of coffee, it shows up 5 minutes later. If it's easy and effortless and I'm blessed, everything I want shows up magically in the most wonderful way. I know people get tired of hearing about specific persons. I prefer my love. He's the love of my life. Why would I call him a specific person? But everything is a specific person or a specific item. Coffee is specific. Cars are specific. Love is specific. The weather is specific. Somebody posted somewhere today that I've seen where they were having a birthday party and it was rainy and cold and windy. And they're like, nope, it's going to be sunny. And by the time the birthday party came around, the sun came out, the clouds disappeared, it warmed up, and everybody got to take off their heavy winter stuff so they could enjoy the 4-year-old birthday party. That's persisting in the assumption until it hardened into fact. My daughter got Christmas pictures done, and she said, oh, it's supposed to be like 30 degrees. I said, well, what did you want it to be? It's Christmas pictures. She said 60. It was 65 that day because she persisted in the assumption. Sunday's going to be 65. Sunday's going to be 65. Sunday's going to be in the 60s. It's going to be 60 degrees Sunday. Saturday it was 63. Sunday it was 65. Pictures went amazingly well. And then Monday, we had a dusting of snow. So it went from 60 to snow. We didn't care because we got Christmas pictures done. And it was warm, so even though they were wearing sweaters and these really cute little outfits on the 3-year-old, the pictures are beautiful, but they weren't so cold out. We have to focus forward. Doubting creates separation. Doubting creates a new story. Doubting creates living in the old story. And I can tell you, doubting, I don't do. I know what's going to happen. But things have to shift. So in order to get coffee, somebody went to the store and then went to Starbucks. Somebody at Starbucks had to make it, pass it through the drive-through window. It had to be driven home. But let's back this up. Somebody had to pick the beans from the field. Somebody had to roast the beans. Then they had to package the beans. Then they had to ship the beans. Then they had to be reshipped so they could go to my Starbucks store. Then they had to be ground. Then they had to be cooked. And the water filtered through it. And then somebody had to deliver the cups because, okay, we can back up and do the cups. The minions are always working in the background. But if you're going, I doubt this, I doubt that, I don't understand why it's not happening, why isn't it working out? Or it has to be this way. So if I get a text message from so-and-so, or I get invited from here, then I get invited from there. Yeah, that's Starbucks, RJ. It's Starbucks. And it's coffee. It's white chocolate peppermint mocha coffee. Daisy, it's easy. You persist in the assumption until it hardens into fact. I'm jealous that Daisy's in Italy and your guy is in the U.S. where I am. I'll switch places. I'll go to Italy. You can be here. How's that for a manifestation quickie? You just have to persist. You just have to persist. She literally walked around and said, why am I so lucky in love? Because Jared is my husband. Now, her guy's name's not Jared. We know that's the name Susie uses because we do it from my perspective, so I'm not creating a bunch of different things that I don't really want. I persist. I persist. When is it going to happen? It's happening now. Well, what do you mean it's happening now? If you're asking when is it going to show up in 3D, you're doubting. If you're asking if it's going to show up in 5D, it's doubting. If you're asking when it's going to show up, you're doubting. Things are shifting right now to get what you want. Whether it's the money, the car, the friendship, the relationship, the love of your life, a better relationship with your kids. Your daughter moved away. You want her to come home. You persist in the assumption. And then her company transfers her back to you. How do you live in the story all the time, in the news story? You do. You persist. This is my life. This is what I'm choosing. This is what I'm creating. Isn't it wonderful this is now showing up in my world? Every breath I take, every step I take, everything I eat, everything I watch on TV, everything I see at the grocery store, everything I do, 86,400 seconds a day brings me my manifestation. If I'm doubting, it's still going to bring me my manifestation. Because that doubt means I'm getting closer because now I know what I need to shift to get back into gear. So if I'm going to get a new car and they don't have the color I want and they have this other color, no, I really want a black one. I don't want an orange one. I said a black one. Call me when you get a black one. And then 2 days later, they get a black one, but you already bought the orange one because you settled. Doubting and asking how to live in the new story is the same thing. Why is it so easy to live in the new story I'm creating? Why is it working out for me? Why is the 3D world showing it to me? Why are the minions making it happen? I am God. I create my world, as you guys love to say. I am is the unknown that creates with us. Anything I say after I am, I'm creating. Why am I so blessed to be a millionaire? Because I have $2.7 million in my bank account. That's how you would do it with money. If you want more than 2.7 million, pick your own number. I don't know why I picked that number, but I did. My doubt isn't looking at my bank account and going, oh, well, I'm nowhere near $2.7 million. My doubt is, oh, wow, look, I've got money in my bank account. I'm getting closer. Thank you, because I'm blessed. I'm so blessed I have $2.7 million in my bank account. And because of that, I'm a millionaire. You've got to keep flipping it. You've got to keep talking about why it's working. The doubts are because you're not truly willing to let go of the old story. Something about that story you like. But the more you persist, it has to click. And once it clicks, it becomes so natural and things just explode. So how do you get $2.7 million? Well, everybody would first thought is, I win the lottery. Second thought, well, somebody passes away. Third thought, an accident. Fourth thought, well, let me see. There is, you could change somebody's life and they set you up with a trust fund and they're still alive. You could help somebody out who's really wealthy and again you change their lives. So they set you up with a trust fund, because Neville tells a story where this lady was impoverished and this person that she knew that she went to school with, I believe, found out that she was struggling, so he set up a $100,000 trust fund for her. And then he put more money into that trust fund, and she didn't have to wait till she hit a certain age. She manifested it coming now. So I'm spoiled because, my daughter married some millionaire, and he just thinks that I should not have to work anymore. So he's like, here, mom-in-law, here's X number of dollars a month so that you can be there for your daughter and your grandkids. You're dictating how it happens instead of enjoying the ride. Everything, again, is a roller coaster. I'm at the top of the roller coaster and I'm viewing everything I want. What happens when you hit the peak? You bottom out. And then you climb back up. And you do rounds and you do loops. And we do upside down spins. And then we flatten back out. Because we're at the very top again. And this circle goes around and we scream at the top of our lungs because we're having a rush. Uber Eats, DoorDash, Lyft drivers, they all deliver. So now I can get my food delivered to me, so I have an even more reason not to go out. But the love of my life still knocks on my door. I used to tell God, if you wanted me to date, make them knock on my door. And they would knock on my door. 2 guys I've dated have knocked on my door. I find myself worrying about time, like time is passing by and I notice nothing has happened yet. That's because you're counting the seconds it hasn't happened. You're counting the seconds I haven't seen my manifestation. So it's been 10 days, so now we're at 864,000 seconds I did not get my manifestation. Well, now I'm at 2 weeks, I didn't get it. Now I'm at 10 weeks. Now I'm at 100 days. Now I'm at 365 days. You're not getting it because you're counting the days it doesn't happen. And if you're counting the days it doesn't happen, that's why it's not happening, because you're looking for signs that it happened instead of living your life. Do you guys really think when I'm not on Facebook I'm not living my life? Well, I have a daughter who has a 3-year-old. And an amazing guy. I have another daughter who's 14. I have friends. I have other family. I have dinners out. I have friends I watch football with. I have friends that I talk to Lucifer about. I have Christmas stuff that I'm doing because half of my Christmas shopping is done. Well, more than that. I have 2 people left to shop for. That's it. I'm still doing things. But when I get in my car, I work on my manifesting. When I get back in my car, I work on my manifesting. If I'm cleaning the house, I work on my manifesting. I don't sit here 86,400 seconds a day waiting for it to show up. I do not sit here 86,400 seconds a day. I answer coaching clients. I answer Facebook. I answer private messages. I have coaching clients. I have kids. I have a car. And occasionally I like to go for a drive, even though driving is not my favorite thing in the world. I went to Tulsa Thursday, and I got my nails done with one of my besties, and she got hers done. You're still going about your day, except you're thinking, well, I should be home with the love of my life. Okay, so I understand you're persisting over a year. I've had somebody who got messaged, and it's been over a year. I have somebody who just got engaged, and they have not physically seen each other until now, from March 4th of last year. You are counting the days why it's not working. Why am I so lucky in love? Because Jared is my husband. Why am I so lucky in love? Because Jared is my husband. That takes us to a different energy. I don't like the word energy, but it takes us to a different state. You are persisting, but you're still in the stage of it's been this long and it's not working out. Ask better questions. Why is it working for me? Minions, show me why it is working for me. Persisting for 3 years. I know people who have persisted, and it's been more than 3 years. I have people I know that they don't care. It doesn't matter. There was a woman in Neville's book. It took her 7 years to take her vacation trip. The money had to show up. The hotels had to be empty. All of these things come into factors. It's like making lasagna. It's Sunday, and we're watching Garfield, and Garfield's always talking about lasagna. So how does Garfield like his lasagna? When I make lasagna, I take a 9x13 pan, and I put sauce on the bottom. I put a layer of noodles, and the way I build my lasagna is meticulous. I put my meat down. Then I put my ricotta cheese down. Then if I'm going to add peppers or onions to my lasagna, any type of vegetables, I would put those next. Then I do my cheeses. Then I put sauce on top of that. Then I put another layer of noodles, and then I go back to my meat, my ricotta cheese, my vegetables, my cheeses, more sauce, and I build it. And then when it's done, I take the top layer and I put a ton of sauce on it so it fills it all up, because I don't cook my noodles. Then I add more sauce, and then I put cheese on top of that, so that the cheese bubbles and it's all pretty. And then I wrap it in aluminum foil and I stick it in the oven and I bake it. And then I go enjoy my cup of coffee. Because I know it's going to take at least an hour to bake, because 1, I didn't cook the noodles. 2, all of those flavors have to melt together to get this absolutely ooey gooey piece of lasagna. And then I'll start smelling it like, that smells really good. Oh, I can't wait to take a bite of that. So then I might go set the table. And then I get my table set, and I don't have a red and white checkered tablecloth. Oh, well, that stinks. Okay, the store's not that far from me, so I'm going to run to the store and get a red and white checkered tablecloth. So I go get my tablecloth. I come back. I put my plates on there. I put my wine glasses on there. I get my candles out. And I set a little Italian table, because I'm eating lasagna, and that's what I want. I don't know what time so-and-so's showing up. I don't know what time anybody else is showing up. Yeah, no, I'm making lasagna. So did I set the table for 1? Do I set the table for 6? I don't know. Then I text them, dinner's ready. And I pull the lasagna out, because it has to cool a little bit so I can slice it. And they all magically just show up. And then we sit there and we eat lasagna and we talk and we have a wonderful time. And if they don't show up, that's okay, because I'm still going to leave the table set, and I'm going to pick up my plate, and I'm going to come to the coffee table, and I'm going to turn on a football game. or maybe a Hallmark movie, because it's Christmas time. We might want to watch a love story. Why are you talking about the old story, Anja? You are getting this. You can manifest everything, but why do you persist in talking about the old story in your relationship? If you are asking if you're lucky in love, you're going to ask that question, why am I so lucky in love? Because I'm married to the rest of your life. You're going to ask, why am I happily married to this person for the rest of my life? If you are a millionaire, you're going to say, for the rest of my life, I'm so blessed I'm a millionaire. If you are in a job, I'm so blessed that I keep getting promoted in my job. I'm so lucky I got another promotion. I'm lucky I got another raise. Isn't it wonderful I got another raise? Why did I get another raise? You're persisting in the assumption the old story does not exist. Thank you. Thank you. The old story does not exist. Because what happened yesterday is only what I tell. What happened 2 weeks ago is only what I tell. I can sit there and talk about the fact that I'm divorced and I had the most horrible marriage in the world. Or I can sit there and say, you know, I got divorced. It just did not work out for us. We had a pretty good relationship, but it just wasn't meant to be. Now I'm changing it. Or, you know, we had this relationship, but we got too comfortable and we grew apart. Again, I'm changing it. It's only the story I'm telling. So why would I persist in telling the story? It's not working out for me. Yes. Why am I so lucky in love? Because I am happily married to AE. Why am I so lucky in love? Because AE is my husband. Why am I blessed? Why am I lucky? Why is everything working out for me? Why is it easily and effortlessly? Why are we focusing on the crap we don't want? Go to the bathroom, crap it out, and flush it down the toilet. The old story does not exist unless you persist. You persist in telling that story. And I'm going to make you tattoo it on your arm. Susie says, ... You can do it in Chinese letters. We actually Googled that just for grins. And it literally will say, Susie says, ... What does Susie say? Only talk about the things you want. Why is he nice to you, Andra? What does he do to you that makes you love him? What is he showing you that makes you go, God, I really want to be with this guy? Anything exists only if I say so. Exactly. I said it exists, therefore it exists. The perfect guy exists. The perfect bank account exists. The perfect friend exists. The perfect relationship with your family and friends exists. I know people who have taken what I taught them and used it for their bank account, use it for their house, their car, their work, their outside experiences. They go to the mall and people treat them like royalty. They go to a restaurant and they're treated like kings and queens. Yes, tattoo that on your arm. Susie says, only talk about the things I want. Exclamation point. Exclamation point, and make him a smiley face. Because the more you talk about only the things you want, that's exactly what you're going to get. And if it doesn't exist, don't talk about it. If it's a bad memory, don't talk about it. Why did I have a great childhood? I had an amazing grandfather who loved me and spoiled me. I talk about him all the time. He's the reason I have a swan fetish. Well, let's see. No ball playing in Susie's house. It's not allowed because things get broke. But then what does Susie go do? She'll buy these cute little snowmen. These cute little snowmen. And she had a big snowball fight with the 3-year-old because these are indoor snowballs. And they can't hurt anything, including my TV. If the football game's not going my way, and I throw them at the TV because I do. I also make a really pretty Christmas decoration on my table because now I have 10 snowmen in the shape of a tree. Pretty cool. It goes with everything. And I can put them away and bring them out next winter. Or I can buy more and we can have snowball fights all winter long. Could you imagine having a snowball fight in July? How much fun would that be? I love that. Why is Susie so blessed? Because everything's always working out for her. Thank you. That is so sweet. If it's always working out for us, we wouldn't be telling the old story. I was going to answer your questions that you guys asked because I missed Thursday's live. But the doubting keeps coming and coming and coming. Everything and everyone is only I pushed out. Everything and everyone is the story I tell. That's what's me pushed out. I'm telling this story. I'm saying I'm not lucky in love. I'm saying I'm not blessed. I'm saying things are not working out. I'm creating what's not working out. I'm creating the fact that chaos is happening because I'm talking about it. But if I'm only talking about the good things, definitely want that to be me pushed out. Definitely want that to be me pushed out. Because good things means I get a phone call and I got engaged. I've seen him 3 weekends in a row. I'm doing this and it's working. I found out if I say always, it feels better. I found out if I do X, Y, Z that I'm getting this result. So how do I tweak it so now I can get a better result from X, Y, Z? Everything is the story I tell. So if you want to blanket change your past, I've always lived a charmed life. I've always lived a blessed life. I've always been so lucky. Everything always works out for me. I always get everything I want. Add quickly, easily, and effortlessly, and now it's showing up in fun, unique ways instead of possibly from a tragedy. Tragedies happen. As Lucifer would say, we're humans. We love drama. And because that drama exists in our life, we feed on it. If you want drama, go turn on a TV show. Go watch a cop show. NCIS has 15 years. They're on season 16. Go watch Supernatural. They're on 15 seasons. Go watch NCIS New Orleans or NCIS LA, or go watch FBI or SWAT or SEAL Team. Go watch an action-adventure movie. Go watch The Rock walk out of the airplane and go, okay, boys, put your underwear on, and whatever you do, don't let them in the cars. That's fun drama. Telling a story about a picture that somebody didn't respond to in a text message. Or the lady with the rose bush for 30 years. He was bad. He thought it was going to get him out. And it didn't work. Those are fun stories to tell. But when you're still talking about he wants something else, you're rejecting yourself. When you're talking about it's not working, you're rejecting the manifestation. When it's going around and around in a circle, you guys step off the hamster wheel, turn around, and now you're going in the opposite direction, and it's still the same thing because you didn't step off the hamster wheel and go, I'm done with that wheel, I'm moving on. And this is now what I'm going to create. How many people actually took my advice and is writing down every day the things that happen good for them in their lives? Not what you manifest, the good things that happen in your life. So this morning I got up. Well, we'll start yesterday morning. I got up and I had a lazy morning. I actually got to sleep late. And then I got text by a client who wanted to update me on some stuff that went on. I talked to a client who updated me more about some really good things that are going on with her manifestations. And then I was watching football, and my team won. My quarterback got hurt. That's not good. But my team still won. And then I had an amazing date last night. And then I got a client who called and said she got engaged. I mean, I had an amazing day yesterday. So if I wrote all of that down, what am I talking about? The good things. I am talking about the good things. And if you don't like something, tweak it. Just keep tweaking it. No, I said it's going to be a black Camaro. I choose a black Camaro. How this black Camaro with a V8 engine shows up, I don't know. But I want a black Camaro with a V8 engine. And it will be here because I said so. When am I going to get it? I'm shopping. I'm looking. I am on the sites on the internet at autotrader.com and Craigslist, and I'm looking at dealer websites, and I'm just on Google, black V8 Camaro. Because of my wrist and my foot, probably not a wise idea to get a stick shift, so we're looking for it in automatic. But according to my son, who likes to race, an automatic could be better racing because I don't have to shift the gears. So if I'm going street racing, which is illegal, and you're not supposed to do anyway, but if I were to think about it and actually manifest doing it, my automatic goes 0 to 60 in seconds. I don't have to shift the gears to get there. So I'm going to take off faster than that stick shift. Unless the guy with the stick shift really, really knows how to drive it. Then he's going to be nose and nose with me, and it's going to be a fun race. But why would I make it difficult to drive in traffic with a stick shift? So I can play? Or am I going to go crazy? Is it because if I have the stick shift, I have to constantly shift the gears and I no longer can text. I can no longer be on a phone call because now I have to focus on my stick shift. But then once I get used to driving that stick shift, I'm back to the driving zone where I'm talking about my manifestations. I'm singing along with the radio. I'm not answering text messages. I might be answering phone calls, but I'm hands-free. I have you on speakerphone, and the speakerphone could be sitting literally on the dash underneath the speedometer, so I can hear you, but it's not a video chat, it's a voice chat. I tweak everything in my life all day long. And if you do Braden's good day method, that is simply looking at your day backwards and talking about the things that you want to keep that happened in your day. So Saturday night, I'm sitting in bed. I had an amazing day. I had a great date. I had a client somebody called to say she got engaged. I had somebody call to say everything is working out, and she was even seeing her guy that night. I had so many little things that happened that it was a wonderful day. But if I focused on the fact that I stubbed my toe when I got out of bed, it would be a bad day. If I focused on the fact that I'm having a bad hair day, again, I'm looking for a reason to have a bad day. I don't think I'm having a good hair day today, but my daughter says my hair looks beautiful. And I trust my daughter because she's my hairdresser. So the more we tweak, the more we focus, the more we remember, everything that happened in the past is a memory, and we can tell it the way we want. So Anja, why do you and your guy always have this amazing relationship? Why are you always lucky in love? Why is it always working out for you? Why is he always spoiling you? Why are you so blessed to be in that amazing relationship? My daughter's back in my life. Isn't that wonderful? Her daughter's back in her life. That is a huge manifestation. Now, how do we make that relationship even better? I've always had the greatest relationship with my daughter. Savannah will tell you she's the favorite. She's like, Mom, I got your Christmas present. And I was in her house the other night, and I'm like, I have the key. I can sneak. She's like, it's not in the house. You won't find it. Well, that's a buzzkill. Now I have to wait, 6 weeks till Christmas to find out what amazing gift she got me? And trust me, she's going to drive me nuts for the next 6 weeks. And she tells me, I got this for you, and this is why I'm the favorite. She's the favorite because she calls herself the favorite. And everybody else in the family goes, Savannah's your favorite. I know she's your favorite. Well, if you want to be my favorite, take her position. And start saying, no, it's not Savannah, it's me. Who's my favorite client? What's my favorite food? What do I prefer, fun and adventure or to create more drama? Let's go for fun and adventure. Because the more fun and adventure I can bring into my life, then when I do Greg's method of I had a great day, you don't even have to tweak that he was here. He was at work. Where's Ralph? He's at work. Where's Ralph? He's at work. I'm so sorry that the love of my life isn't here today, but they called him into work. He had an emergency. He had to go. That's it. Simple. Don't complicate it. He showed up later. It was an amazing evening. I don't revise a lot. I just do blanket. I've always had a blessed life. I've always been lucky my whole life. I've always gotten everything I wanted. My daughter says that I am so spoiled, I always get whatever I want. Did you know Apple discontinued the Bluetooth iWatch? I didn't go in the store to get an iWatch. And we agreed that since my phone is pretty much always with me, that I needed to just get the Bluetooth version. I'm like, I'll get the Bluetooth version. And Catherine tells me they don't make it anymore. My daughter looks at me and goes, you planned this. I said, no, I didn't. She goes, yes, you did. I said, no, I didn't. She goes, this is why you're spoiled. You always get what you want. That Camaro's coming. It's simple. I'm not waiting for the Camaro to show up, but it's like having a baby. The puppy, it's like having a baby. The puppy's got to be conceived. It's got to be birthed. It's got to be weaned off of its mommy. And there's this one lady who is in New Jersey, not too far from New York. You don't get them till they're 4 months old. She'll even puppy pad train them for you. So she makes these little teeny tiny Chinese crested. They only weigh like 4 pounds. And she socializes them and she puppy pad trains them, because when they're this teeny tiny, you really don't want to let them outside because the birds could get them. So I could have one that I could literally stick in my jacket pocket. And then because it's puppy pad trained, I can take the puppy pad and I can set it in a litter box. And then from the litter box, I can take and actually put litter in there. And now I have this little puppy who is litter box trained. But you wouldn't get that dog until it's 4 months old, because she teaches it how to walk on a leash. She teaches it how to go potty on the puppy pad. Or she'll housebreak it so it goes outside. She will socialize it. So she's taking it out and she's going to pet stores and she's going to other people's houses and she's bringing these little puppies with so they get along with people. So now I get this little puppy. It's going to be housebroken. It's going to be able to get along with the 3-year-old. It's going to fit in my pocket of my jacket. How cool is that? Or I can zip up my jacket and it can sit on my boobs and its little head could be poking out. I don't have to do anything because she's already done it for me. How cool is that? A breeder who takes the dogs and keeps them a little longer so you don't have to do all the grunt work. I know she has a waiting list because I've checked it. I know this breeder is on the border of Jersey. And the only thing I don't like is the puppy has to fly. And I know when the puppy flies that can be a little, depending upon the flight. And then the anticipation of waiting to get that dog at the airport will drive you freaking crazy. Literally, it will drive you crazy. Because you're waiting for them because they don't put it on the luggage carousel. They have to manually bring that animal out to you. And if the plane is unloaded and they still haven't done it and everybody's gotten their luggage and you're standing there going, where's my dog? 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 Instead of, wow, my dog is here. I've got my dog. I've picked one up at the airport. It was an English Mastiff. She was pure black. We named her Timber. She was beautiful. And it was the last thing literally loaded off the plane. And we're like, where's the dog? I'm like, well, they're still unloading her. Where's the dog? She's still being unloaded. Where's the dog? She's still being unloaded. It's a big plane, babe. She'll be here. We need to focus on it's coming. It's here. We live in the now, and we talk so much about what we don't want that we can't recreate it into the future, because now that we're still talking about the old story, it's going into our future. The past is only what you tell it. Keep telling, I have this amazing relationship. I am a millionaire. I am able to do all of these wonderful things in my life. If I want to travel, I could easily travel. Daisy's in Italy. I'm sure if I went to Italy, she would show me around. I know a couple people in France. I know people in Australia. I could easily go to France and Italy and Australia. I know people who grew up in India. I could easily go on a vacation to India with them. Somebody I know may be going to Saudi Arabia for Christmas. How cool is that? Well, can I tag along? Can I hide in your luggage? Somebody else might be going to Disney World. Susie, you want to go to Disney World with us? I know somebody's birthday's on the 30th, and they're doing something on the 30th, and they're like, you can come, but you got to buy your own meal. Absolutely. I can show up and celebrate her 21st birthday party with her. It's all about what you talk about. Stop talking about the things that you guys don't want and only talk about the things that you do. Everybody talks about my nails, and I love the fact that you guys noticed them today, so thank you for those who said that I have beautiful nails. My nails have always been for 20 years. I love my nails. I got spoiled by somebody who's like a sister to me when she first started doing them, and she even texted me a picture of nails that had the brinks on it. And she's in California. I'm not. And she said, I wish I was there to do the brinks on your nails. Wouldn't it be cool to fly to California just to get her to do my nails? It would be awesome. All we have to do is focus forward, and I can't say it enough. Focus only on the things you want. Why are you so blessed to be living your dream life? Why are you so happy to be living your dream life? Why are you so lucky to be living your dream life? Play with that question in that 3 different ways, and tell me which one works best for you. Because if I'm only talking about living my dreams, then the kingdom of heaven is here on earth, and I'm living it. And I want to live in that kingdom because it's fun, adventurous, and amazing. Ooh, a big fat Indian wedding. I will have to get on a plane for that. How long does it take to fly from the United States there? Well, I guess I'm getting a passport, guys, so we need to work on a passport too. That's because I live a fun and adventurous life. How cool would it be that I help all of these wonderful people get together and have these magical relationships, and I get to spend my life going from one wedding to another. And look at all the different spots I get to vacation in. It would be amazing. Absolutely, positively amazing. Live your dream life, because that's truly what I'm teaching you. Getting the person, getting the car, getting the $1 million, it's all a side effect. Because once you get happy, things just magically show up, and you will be messaging me, calling me, going, I could have never scripted this. It showed up in the most natural way possible. Absolutely the most natural way possible. I love my life. It's amazing. Enjoy your amazing life, because it is totally your choice. And if you focus on why it's amazing and make those lists. I want to see my Facebook page wall blown up with why every day is amazing. What good things are amazing in your life. I want to see the comments under my YouTube video today telling me why your life is amazing. Why is it amazing? If only one good thing happened, you have something. If tomorrow 2 good things happen, now you have 3. If in a week you have 20 good things that happen, you're creating the assumption and the belief that everything now magically works out for you. I like being a fairy godmother. Can I have a wand? Bippity boppity boop. You have an amazing life. Cinderella needed a fairy godmother, but in the end, she kept the other slipper. And because of that, she lived her dream life. Go find your glass slippers, guys, and tell me what it is. Because I'm curious, and I love to see your successes. And the more successes you have, the more magical my life becomes, because it feels amazing to know that I am teaching the world how to live their dreams one person at a time. My legacy will be showing the world how magical it really is. Play tourist in your city. Enjoy your life and only tell stories that you want people to remember. If that's the one thing you do in your life is tell a story, because everything is a story, tell the most wonderful story in the world about your life. Somebody posted about Cary Grant. Most people didn't know he changed his name, but he persisted in the assumption until he became Cary Grant. We all know Marilyn Monroe was somebody else. We all are somebody. But those two are shining examples of persisting in the assumption until it hardened into fact. And they are 2 of the most legendary actors in Hollywood who have a career that, even though they're gone, still is talked about to this day. And if I'm talked about 50 years after I pass, I want it to be because something I said changed your life so much that you couldn't stop talking about it. And because of that, you taught your children, who taught their grandchildren. And 100 years from now, my name is still being mentioned as the woman who created this amazing family that has 4 generations that are still alive, talking about it. What would that legacy be? Create that for yourself, because it's simple, easy, and effortless once you focus only on the magic in the world and what you want your life to be like. I'm going to go watch football. You guys have an absolutely amazing day. Thank you all for tuning in. I love you. Have a great day.